संसारवन्निनादब्रह्मां कालदष्टं च त्वामहं शरणं गतः राधासन्मुखशं शक्तिं सखे सङ्गनिवासिनीं तामहं शरणं वन्दे गुरुरूपां परां सखीम्. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma, Nitila Prashadat Guru Shishimat Bhakti-Vidanta Goswami Maharaj, Randi Swami Shishimat Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj, Navnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisance. We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 4, verse 21. Virashiyata Chittatma Satta Sarva Parigraha Shariram Kevalam Karma Kurvan Atmoti Kilisham. Here, Virashiyata Chittatma Satta Sarva Parigraha Shariram Kevalam Karma Kurvan Atmoti Kilisham. Nirasha, Nirashi, without desire for result. Yata, controlled. Chitta Atma, mind and intelligence. Satta, giving up. Sarva, all. Parigraha, sense of proprietorship over possession. Shariram, in keeping body and soul together. Kevalam, only. Karma, work. Urvan, doing. No, never. Apnoti, does acquire. Kilvisham, simple reaction. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence, perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus, working, he is not affected by sinful reaction. Purport. A Krishna conscious person does not expect good or bad results in his activities. His mind and intelligence are fully controlled. He knows that because he is the supreme, the part played by him as a parcel of the whole is not his own activity, but is only being done through him by the Supreme. So, first of all, after my millions of blessings to the other Siddha, Asmati Guru Padma Nitila Prashadat Guru Shisham Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, Kirandi Swami Shisham Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Navnishta Santa Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. So this is a very important verse. Here Swami Maharaj is telling when the hand moves, it does not move out of its own accord, but by the endeavor of the whole body. A Krishna conscious person is always dotted with the supreme desire, for he has no desire for personal sense gratification. He moves exactly like a part of a machine. As a machine part requires oiling and cleaning for maintenance, so a Krishna conscious man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He is therefore immune to all the reactions of his endeavor. Like an animal, he has no proprietorship even over his own body. A cruel proprietor of an animal sometimes kills the animal in his possession, yet the animal does not protest. Nor does it have any real independence. A Krishna conscious person fully engaged in self-realization has very little time to falsely possess any material object for maintaining body and soul. It does not require unfair means of accumulating money. He does not therefore become contaminated by such material sins. He is free from all reactions to his actions. So, Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possession, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus, working is not affected by sinful reaction. The Prabhupada explains the understanding of a Krishna conscious person. He moves exactly like a part of a machine. As a machine part requires oiling and cleaning for maintenance, so a Krishna conscious man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He is therefore immune to all the reactions of his end. Like an animal, he has no proprietorship even over his own body. A true proprietor of an animal sometimes kills the animal in his possession. Yet the animal does not protest, nor does it have any real independence. A Krishna conscious person fully engaged in self-realization has very little time to falsely possess any material object. For maintaining body and soul, he does not require unfair means of accumulating money. He does not therefore become contaminated by such material sins. He is free from all reactions to his action. This verse speaks of a highly advanced, perfected devotee who is constantly greedy for Krishna's service. He considers himself insignificant and gives no importance to anything outside that service. His qualities will now be further described. So here, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Maharaj is nicely telling that Krishna conscious person doesn't use unfair means to earn money. Because the unfair means, the money which is accumulated by unfair means will be destroyed eventually. So we should always act in a fair manner. निराशीर्यत चित्तात्मा तत्वा संग परे सर्व परिग्रह शरीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति गिरिविषम् निराशीर्यत चित्तात्मा निराशीर्यत चित्तात्मा त्यक्त सर्व परिग्रह शरीरम केवलम कर्म कुर्वन्नात्मोति Atma, the soul, chitta, whose mind, jata, is controlled, nirashi, who does not hanker, takta, who has abandoned, sarva parigraha, all ingredients for sense pleasure, karma, his work, is kevalam, solely, shariram, for bodily maintenance, kurvan, so doing, na apnoti, does not acquire, kilvisham, sinful reaction. One who can control his mind and senses, who is devoid of fruitive desires, who has given up all variety of sense pleasure, and who performs karma only for bodily maintenance, does not become affected by sinful reactions resulting from his karma. Here the word Atma refers to the gross body. Shariram refers to performing actions, such as accepting donations from dishonest persons to maintain the body. Asat parigraha. Such people do not incur sin even if they act like this. This further describes the phrase of Gita. Vikramana bodhavyam. One should understand the tattva of Vikrama. Nirashi means those who are devoid of fruitive desires. Although such people may accept charity from dishonest persons to maintain the body, still they do not incur sin, nor do they incur piety by accepting charity to the proper means. This is because they control the mind and gross body and are free from any effort to accumulate objects meant for sense gratification. So here it is very clearly told that Nirashiriyata Chittatma Tattva Sangha Parigraha Nirashir. So one should be detached. The whole purport of all this is that one should be detached. Do our activities as in the mood of service to Krishna. But I am doing everything as service to Krishna, as service to Guru Dev and Vaishnava. Then no sinful reaction will come. And be detached. So such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled. He gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions and acts only for bare necessity of life. Thus working he is not affected by sinful reaction. Nirashiryata chittatma tattva tatta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvanatmoti kilvisham. This is required in human life. It is not forbidden that you starve, No, that is not stated in the Shastra. Yavat artha vinirnayam. To keep your health and body, and the body and the soul together, you must live very nicely so that you may not be diseased. Because this human form of life is meant for making progress, so that all the problems of life may be solved. It is required. Yuktahar viharasya. In another place, Yuktahar viharasya yogo bhavati dukkha. When one becomes yogi, our real purpose of life is to become yogi. Yogi means to re-establish our connection, our lost connection with God. At present moment, in our material condition, we have forgotten our relationship, our eternal relationship with Krishna, our God. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kabuna Sharavnadi Shuddha Chitte Karave Uday. Here it is very clearly told. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kabunaya. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kabunaya. Sharavnadi Shuddha Chitte Kari Uday. Krishna Bhakti or our love for Krishna is there eternally. On account of our contamination with this material world, we have forgotten our relationship. Just like a madman, he forgets his relationship with the family. He loiters in the street. He eats somewhere and everywhere and all rubbish things. Although he may have a very rich father, well-to-do family, but forgetting. Madness means forgetfulness of his real life. So we are now forgetful of our real life. This has been also exemplified by a Vaishnava poet. Pishachi paile jena mati channahaya mayagrasta jive rahaya sei bhavudaya. Pishachi, when a man is haunted by ghosts, as he speaks all nonsense. He cannot recognize his father, mother, or relative. Sometimes he calls them by ill names on account of being ghostly haunted. Ishachi Paile. Similarly, in the conditioned state, under the influence of Maya, we are also talking so many nonsense things. I belong to this family. I belong to this nation. I belong to this community. My business is this. Simply forgetting Krishna consciousness. All their business he will remember. But when he is requested to become Krishna conscious, to understand Krishna, he doesn't like it. Except Krishna consciousness, he will take all responsibility and work hard for that purpose. This is called Maya Grasta Jiva. So Nirashi now, to go to our original position, that is called Tapasya. Tapasya means to revive our original normal life of Krishna consciousness. That is called tapasya. This tapasya is not possible by the cats and dogs or animals. Tapasya is meant for the human beings. Therefore, the human life is called durlabha, janma. Durlabham manusham janma tadavi adruvam arthadam. Prahlad Maharaj said, Kaumaram achare pragya dharman bhagavatam durlabham manusham janma tadavi adruvam arthadam. He advised his class friends, my dear friends, from childhood, we shall learn the science of Bhagavad Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma means to re-establish our lost relationship with Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this can be solved in this human form. Therefore, education of Krishna consciousness should be given from the very childhood. Kaumara. Kaumara means from the age of 5th year up to the 10th year. This is called Kaumara age. So we have opened our school in Texas. We are training very nicely all these children and they are very learned. Children, as you teach them, they learn. They are innocent. Unfortunately, we do not give them training about Krishna consciousness. We give them education for sense gratification. How you can earn money? Economic development. Economic development means to get more money and to satisfy senses more and more. This is the modern theory. But Krishna says that to achieve the perfection of life, one has to be nirashihi. Nirashi means unnecessarily desiring sense gratification. Unnecessarily. Everyone has got right to live and live nicely. For that purpose, there is sufficient arrangement by the Lord. Ekoya bahunam vidati kaman. There is sufficient arrangement. No living being will starve. There is such arrangement. But when we forget more and more Krishna and God, nature will punish us. There will be restrictions of supply of foodstuffs. That is nature's law. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. So present food crisis. Everything is described in the Bhagavad-Gita. Bhagavad-Gita does not say that you live by breathing air. No. Bhagavad-Gita says, Annad bhavanti bhutani. Bhagavad-Gita 3.14. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhava yajnat bhavanti parjanyo yajna karma samodhava. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. Anna bhavanti bhutani parjanya anna sambhava. Here, Sri Bhakti-Vidanta Bhushan, a great commentator on the Bhagavad-Gita, writes as follows. Ye indradi, so here you'll see that Annad bhavanti bhutani. Everything is described in Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita says Anna bhavanti bhutani. Anna means food grain. There is necessity of food grain. Anna bhavanti bhutani. Bhagavad Gita never says that you don't require to eat. You simply breathe air and practice yoga. No. But you must eat neither more nor less. That is recommended. Yuktahara viharasya yukta karmasya cheshtasu yukta satnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. You should not eat more nor less. And Nirashi means desireless of extravagance. Now we are desiring for sense gratification more and more. That is not wanted. If you want perfection of life, then this is called tapasya. One has got a desire, but he should not desire unnecessarily. Everyone has got the right to eat, even animals. Everyone has got the right. But because we are desiring to enjoy more, therefore we do not give the chance to the animals to live properly. Rather, we are trying to eat the animals. This is not required. This is called nirashi. Why you should eat animals? That is uncivilized life. When there is no food, when they are aborigines, they made animals because they do not know how to grow food. But when the human society becomes civilized, he can grow so many nice foods. He can keep the cows. Instead of eating the cows, he can get milk, sufficient milk. We can make so many preparations from milk and grains. So we should not desire unnecessarily to enjoy more. Then it is said here, Kurvannapnoti kilvisham. Kilvisham means resultant action of sinful life. Kilvisham. So if we don't desire more than our necessity, then we are not implicated, involved in sinful activity. Kurvan api, even though he is engaged in working. While you are working, knowingly or unknowingly, you have to commit something which is not pious, even sinful. But if you simply desire for living properly, then Kurvan Napnoti Kilbisha. Our life should be without any sinful reaction. Otherwise, we'll have to suffer. But they do not believe. Although they are seeing so many abominable lives, where from they are coming? 8,400,000 species of life. There are so many lives living very abominable condition. Of course, the animal or the living creature does not know, but we human being, we should know why this abominable life. It is Maya's illusion. Just like a pig is living in a very filthy condition, eating stool, and still is thinking very happy. Therefore, he is getting fat. When one feels happy, I am very happy, he becomes fatty. So you will find these pigs, they are very much fatty. But what they eat stool and live in a filthy place. But they think that we are very happy. So this is Maya's illusion. Anyone who is living in a very abominable condition of life, Maya, by illusion, is thinking that he is all right. He is living very perfectly. But a person who is on the higher stage, he sees that he is living in a very abominable condition. So this illusion is there. But by knowledge, by good association, by taking instruction from the Shastra, from Guru, from saintly persons, one should understand what is the value of life and live like that. So this is instructed by Krishna that Nirashi, one should not unnecessarily be desired. One should not unnecessarily desire more than his necessities of life. It's called Nirashi. Another meaning is that not very much fond of material enjoyment. And that is possible when he is in full knowledge that I am not this body. I am a spirit soul. My necessity is to how to advance in spiritual knowledge. Then he can become Nirashi. These are the items for tapasya, austerity, penance. People have forgotten now. They do not know what is the austerity. But the human life is meant for that purpose. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam. Tapo divya putraka yena shuddhe. Sattvam yena brahma sukham anantam. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.1. Vishaddev, he told, Nayam deho deha bhajam loke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam. Swami. Tapodivyam putrakayena sattvam shuddhe dasmat brahma saukham pranantam. Lord Rishabdev told his sons, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs, that its tool. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. So these are the instructions of the Shastra. Human life is meant for tapasya, and therefore in the Vedic way of life, the beginning of life is tapasya, brahmachari. A student is sent to Gurukul for practicing brahmacharya. This is tapasya, not comfortable life, lying down on the floor, going door to door for begging alms for Guru, but they are not tired because they are children. If they are trained in these austerities, they get practice. They call all women mother. Mother, give me some alms. They come back to Guru's place. Everything belongs to Guru. This is brahmachari life. This is tapasya. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam. That is Vedic civilization. The children should be, from the very beginning of life, trained up in tapasya, brahmacharya, celibacy. A brahmachari cannot see any young woman. Even the Guru's wife is young, he cannot go to the Guru's wife. These are the restrictions. So, where is that brahmachari? No brahmachari. This is Kali Yuga. No tapasya. But according to Vedic civilization, Brahma, Varnashram Dharma, Vedic civilization means 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So we have began our lecture on the basis Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vivagasha. So this is civilization. Unless one comes to this standard of civilization, Varnashram Dharma, that is animal civilization. So we prefer animal civilization. Therefore, we are living like animal also, fighting like cats and dogs, and suffering like cats and dogs also. This is the position. Nirashiryata chittatma, control. I shall accept as much as I require, not more than that, not less than that, controlling the chitta, intelligence and atma, mind or self-control. Nirashiryata chittatma. Yattva sarva parigraha. Parigraha means unnecessarily collecting something. Atyahara. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyam cha shadvir bhakti vinashyati. Once devotional service is spoiled, when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities: eating more than necessary, or collecting more funds than required, or endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. Number 3, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. Number 4, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. Why you associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness? And number 6, being greedy for mundane achievements. So, atyahar, eating more than we require. Actually, we should not eat unless we are very hungry. that is good eating. When you are hungry, you can eat any ordinary thing. Still you feel very satisfied. So not routine eating. Routine eating must be there. You should not eat more than that. But the best principle is that if you do not feel hungry, you should not eat. But if there is no hunger and at the same time no appetite and we eat, that brings indigestion, dysentery, indigestion. So why should we accept that? Therefore, it is forbidden, atyahara. Ahara means eating. Eating more than required, or ahara means collecting also, collecting more than necessary. Atyara prayasa. Prayasa means things which are done with great endeavor. No, we shall accept things which are very easily done, not to waste our energy unnecessarily. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpa, talking all nonsense, sitting together and on the newspaper. Oh, such politician said like this, such social worker, all nonsense. Practically, we try to avoid all this newspaper reading or talking of nonsense subject matter. That is called prajalpa. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means niyama, schedule, rules and regulations. Not to accept. Niyama agraha or niyam agraha. Agraha means unnecessarily agraha, but without any result. That is called niyama agraha. Should follow the rules and regulations so that you are benefited. But if you are not benefited simply by following the rules and regulations, that is agraha. Only for the rules and regulations, not for the result. We must see that the result, niyama agraha. Jana sangascha, to associate with unwanted people. You must associate with devotees, not others. They are called laulya, jana sangascha. And laulya, greediness. Shadvir bhakti vinashyati. If you are a student of devotional service, you must avoid all these things and just the opposite number. Utsahat nishayat dhairiyat tattat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vritte shadvir bhakti prasidati. So this is Upadeshamrut, verse number 3. Utsahat. Siddhati means to increase. What is that utsaha, endeavor? In this life, I must fulfill my mission of Krishna consciousness. That is called utsaha, dharya. Don't be agitated because it is not giving result immediately. Just patiently go on with it. Utsaha, nishya, dhairya. Nishya means to have full faith in the words of Krishna. Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktya pranashyati. Bhagavad-Gita 9.31. Shipram bhavati dharmatma sasvachanti nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktya pranashyati. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. This is told. My devotee never perishes. This is called full faith. That Krishna has said that if I am in devotional service, I will never be lost. Krishna will give me protection. Krishna says, Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuta sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuta. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. We have faith, this is called surrender. Not that, oh, Krishna says, but may not be able to protect me. No, Krishna is able. He is all powerful, omnipotent. He can give you protection. When he says that, अहम त्वां सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा. So this is a fact. Certainly Krishna will give protection. Not that because I do not see Krishna, I do not know whether Krishna will give me protection. No. That word is insufficient. This is called Nishya. Utsad Nishya Dhairya Tattat Karma Pravartana. But you must follow the rules and regulations as it is enjoined in the Shastra. Not that Krishna will give me protection and I may do whatever I like. I can eat anything I like. I can do anything I like. Just some rascal advices that there is no such thing, restriction in the self-realization. You can eat anything, you can do anything. People like that program. And as soon as there is restriction, they do not like. Because we put so many restrictions, I am called in the Western world, Swamiji, we are very conservative. So we have to become conservative, follow rules, not that we give liberty that whatever you like, you do. And at the same time, you make progress, spiritual life. That is not possible. Because spiritual life means tapasya. Formerly, great saintly persons, they underwent very severe tapasya for thousands of years, hundreds of years. Then they attained success. In the Kali Yuga, it is not possible to undergo such severe tapasya. There is concession. The concession is that you live a pure life and chant Hare Krishna mantra. This will make sufficient. A pure life. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. This is pure life. These boys and girls who have joined this movement, they have given up. They are not dying. Nobody will die if he lives a pure life. Anyone will make progress. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena cha damena cha. Bhagavatam 6th canto, 1st chapter, 13th verse. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena cha damena cha tyagena sautyasauchabhyam yamena yamena. Devas buddhijam dhira dharmagya shraddhayanvita Shipendi agam mahadati venu. To concentrate the mind, one must observe a life of celibacy and not fall down. One must undergo the austerity of voluntarily giving up sense enjoyment. One must then control the mind and senses, give charity, be truthful, clean, and non-violent. Follow the regulative principles and regularly chant the holy name of the Lord. Thus, a sober and faithful person who knows the religious principles is temporarily purified of all sins performed with his body, words, and mind. These sins are like the dried leaves of creepers beneath a bamboo tree, which may be burned by fire, although their roots remain to grow again at the first opportunity. So here, very clearly told, these are the injunctions of the Shastra. Tapasa Brahmacharya. If you want to be happy, this is there. The tapo divyam putraka ena sattvam shuddhe tasma brahma sattvam. Sattva means my existence. At the present moment, my existence is not shuddha, purified. Just like if your health is contaminated, then you get some disease. So for the soul, the living entity, this disease, janma mrityu jara vyadhi, dukkha doshanu darshanam. This is a kind of disease. Now it is a fact because the soul is eternal. Nitya shashvato ayam nahanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul is eternal. It does not die. It does not annihilate. after destruction of the body. But there is change of body. Mrityu, Janma Mrityu means change of body. Tatha Dehantarah Prapti. So people should be intelligent to know why I shall undergo this tribulation of repetition of birth and death. But do not know it. There is life without birth and death. Taktva deham punar janma naiti mahameti swarjuna. After giving up this body, no more taking birth again with this material body. There is a life like that. We get this information. Why should we not fulfill this mission of life in this human form of life? Why unnecessarily desire so many sense gratification? This is called tapasya. If one life we have enjoyed the sense gratification, ahara, nidra, bhayamayetunam cha, eating, sleeping, sex life and protection from fearfulness. Now this has been done in so many lives. Why not in this life make a perfect process so that no more death, no more birth, no more disease, no more old age. They think it is all utopian. But we don't think. We believe in the words of Krishna, words of the Shastra, and we are trying to accept it, practice it, and preach it. This is Krishna consciousness moment. Tapo divyam yena sattvam shuddhe tasma brahma satyam dhamma. Then why we should be interested to purify our existence? Yena brahma satyam ananta. You are after happiness. So this happiness, the temporary happiness or sense gratification, this is not happiness. Sukham atyatikam yat tat atindriya grahyam. Bhagavad-Gita 6.21. Real happiness beyond this material sense gratification. That is real happiness. So we should search after that happiness. Ramante yogino anante satyananda chidatmani iti rama padena su param brahma vidhiyate. Real happiness is to enjoy with Rama. The supreme absolute truth is called Rama because the transcendentalists take pleasure in the unlimited true pleasure of spiritual existence. This is the 8th verse of the Shatanama Sutra of Lord Ramchandra, which is found in the Padma Purana. So real happiness is to enjoy with Rama, enjoy with Krishna. That is, what is that enjoyment? Krishna is the master. He orders and you perform the order. That is enjoyment. Master and servant. Not as master as servant. That is our enjoyment. Just like a faithful servant and a rich master. The reciprocation is service. The master is also satisfied by the service of the servant, and the servant is also satisfied in giving service to the master. This is our relation. Vivera Swarupa Nitya Krishna Dasa Vishnera Tatastha Shakti Veda Veda Prakasha. So the Jiva is by nature Krishna's marginal potency. Unfortunately, we are trying to become master. Instead of submitting ourselves to become the eternal, we are eternal servant. We cannot be master. If we do not want to become servant of Krishna, then we have to become the servant of our senses. That's all. Servant we must have. As you become servant of Krishna, then automatically you become master of your senses. Because senses cannot allure you for satisfaction of the senses. Because senses are engaged. Sarvopadhi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam abhishekena abhishekesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate. Rishikesha. Krishna's other name is Rishikesha. So Rishikesha means Rishik means senses. When we engage our senses in the service of the master of the senses, that is called bhakti. As soon as we engage our senses with upadhi, sarvopadhi, we have got so many upadhis. I am this, I am that, I am a human being, I am cat, I'm dog, I'm Brahman, I'm Shudra, I'm American, I'm Indian. These are all upadhis. So sarvapadi vinirmuktam. When one becomes free from all these upadhis, so sarvapadi vinirmuktam. When one becomes free from all the upadhis, he understands that I am I not know that relationship that the Brahman and Brahman can be engaged in loving transaction. That they do not understand. They think that Brahman, when merges into the existence of Brahman, this business is finished. No, business is not finished because we are individuals. It is not possible to remain without any activity. That is the theory. That without any activity we can remain. That is not possible. And if we have no information of the spiritual activity, then we have to come back again to this material activity. That is practical example. There are many sannyasis. They so-called merging into Brahman, but they come back in material activities, in politics, in sociology, and so on. So therefore, these instructions are very valuable. Nirashiryata chittatma tyaktva त्यक्ता सर्व परिग्रह shariram kevalam karma. Sharira, just to maintain your body. Whatever is supplied by Krishna, be satisfied. Don't aspire more and more. Save time for advancing in Krishna consciousness so that you can, with great enthusiasm, you can make progress in Krishna consciousness. Shariram kevalam, not for sense gratification. You have to eat. These things are eatable. Food grains, vegetables, fruits, milk and sugar. That's all. Why should we eat nonsense things? This will keep your health very nice. Satvika ahara. You can prepare so many nice preparations within this jurisdiction. Why should you go and kill animals for the satisfaction of the tongue? That is not allowed. Then you will be again entangled. Otherwise, to keep your body in nice condition, you can eat all these things which is meant for the human being. Then you will be fit and save time for advancement in Krishna consciousness. And if you become always engaged for sense gratification, go on working, then go to the restaurant, eat, drink, and make your body agitated, then find out liquor and woman. What is this life? This is not life. This is animal life. Real life is that you keep your health nicely, save time, take ordinary, very nutritious food within the jurisdiction of Krishna Prasad. Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya pahrutam ashnami pretatmana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit or water, I'll accept it. So Krishna eats all these things. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Vegetables, liquid things, water, milk, and so many other things, grains. He offered to Krishna. Krishna is here. Krishna, although he is very Virat, universal form, but Krishna has accepted Archa Vigraha so that you can serve, you can see, you can touch, and your life will become successful. This is Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you very much. So next time we'll have verse number 422. 422. And
Okay.
that verse we'll discuss. जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमा हरि गोविंद Radha Hari Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai